A levee is an embankment built to protect the overflow of a river onto a protected area in order to prevent flooding. Most levees are built with natural materials or earthen, some dating back to the 1800s when builders utilized nearby dirt that was piled up, while cattle, sheep, horses, and wagons were used to pack them down in stages. Many of those are still in use today. An earthen levee tapers towards the top, creating a pyramid-like shape which provides stability. Its base lies over a layer of very tightly compacted soil, which serves as a foundation between it and the ground below. If any part of the levee structure is compromised, failure is increased. Levees protect neighborhoods, crops, commercial enterprises, towns, and cities. California alone has about 14,000 miles of levees, including areas just mentioned, and those that protect coastal areas from flooding because of storm surges. Countrywide, the network of levee protection is so vast that many of them must go through several winters before they receive the required maintenance. There's an old saying from some floodplain managers that state there are two kinds of levees, the ones that have failed and the ones that will. Although there are some attempts to inspect, breaches are a constant threat due to natural deterioration from weather, waterway erosion, burrowing animals, and underwater lakes fed by the rivers that flow back and forth underneath those structures, which can cause settling. Additionally, private levees are rarely maintained, while property owners have been digging into levees, compromising them in areas not usually inspected. The weakest link in the chain issue is a problem for communities. Water flow from winter rains and snow runoff can cause damage annually, and when water levels recede, exposed weak spots can be detected. There are additional problems where levees fail when water overtops the crest of them. Levee overtopping can be caused when floodwaters simply exceed the lowest crest of the levee system, or if high winds begin to generate significant swells, such as a storm surge that brings waves crashing over the levee. Levees exist in all 50 states and Washington, D.C. Newer levees have the advantage of more advanced engineering techniques, but a vast majority of the levees in the United States are older and in need of maintenance. In addition, the older levees were built to protect rural areas of the past where these areas have been redeveloped and are inadequate for their current purpose. Besides levees being continually battered by nature, the water side is eroded by river flows, waves, and eddies, along with collisions from boats, ice flows, debris, and dredging. These impacts can erode the sides or bottoms of the structures, sometimes causing part of the levee to collapse. Earthquakes can cause cracks in levees or cause them to shift, weakening them, sometimes internally. When this happens, there are no signs of visible damage until the levee fails. It is worth noting that despite their advanced age, the most common type of levee failure is overtopping. Overtopping poses a greater risk than the breach due to the fact that it occurs during the heaviest floods, when the water level exceeds the levee height. When a levee is overtopped, the water flowing over it may erode the levee. This not only lowers its height, allowing more water to flow over it, but it also weakens it, increasing the risk of a breach. Although not all areas protected by levees are zoned as special flood hazard areas, or areas where lenders require flood coverage on federally backed loans, anyone near a levee should be offered coverage.